Imagine a crime so baffling it haunts a community for nearly half a century. A young life stolen, a family left in agony, and a killer who vanished without a trace. For 47 years, the murder of Jody Loomis remained an unsolved mystery, until a silent witness spoke through the power of DNA. This is the story of a cold case brought back to life, a family's quest for justice, and the science that changed everything. On August 23, 1972, in Snohomish County, Washington, 19-year-old Jody Loomis set out for a bike ride on a quiet dirt road. She was a free-spirited young woman, known for her bright smile and love of adventure. But that day, she never made it home. A couple found her body by the roadside, hidden in the brush, with a gunshot wound above her right ear. The scene was devastating, a young life cut short in a senseless act of violence. The community was shaken. In the 1970s, this rural area felt safe, a place where people left their doors unlocked. Jody's murder changed that forever. The investigation began immediately, but the challenges were immense. There were no eyewitnesses, no clear motive, and minimal physical evidence. Police interviewed dozens of people, chased every lead, and even passed out playing cards in jails, hoping inmates might share tips. But the trail went cold. Years turned into decades, and Jody's case became one of Snohomish County's oldest unsolved mysteries. For her family, her parents, her siblings, the pain never faded. They lived with unanswered questions. Who took Jody's life? Why? And would justice ever come? The community too carried the weight of this tragedy, a reminder that a killer still walked free. This case wasn't just a file in a dusty box. It was a wound that refused to heal, but hope was never fully lost. Investigators held on to one crucial piece of evidence: DNA preserved on Jody's body and the heel of her boot. At the time, DNA technology was science fiction. No one could have imagined it would one day become the key to unlocking this mystery. So what is DNA evidence, and why is it such a game changer? At its core, DNA, deoxyribonucleic acid, is the unique genetic code that makes you, you. It's found in nearly every cell of your body, from your skin to your blood to your hair. In a crime scene, even a tiny trace, a drop of sweat, a strand of hair, or a speck of saliva can hold a suspect's genetic fingerprint. Unlike eyewitness accounts, which can fade or be unreliable, DNA doesn't lie. It's like a barcode that can link a person to a specific place and time with near certainty. Back in the 1970s, forensic science was rudimentary. Investigators relied on blood typing or fingerprints, which were often inconclusive. But by the late 1980s, DNA profiling emerged, and it revolutionized criminal investigations. Suddenly, police could match biological evidence from a crime scene to a suspect with incredible precision. Over the years, advancements like PCR, polymerase chain reaction, and STR, short tandem repeat, analysis made DNA testing faster, more sensitive, and able to work with degraded samples. By the 2000s, genetic genealogy, using DNA to trace family trees, opened new doors, allowing investigators to find suspects through distant relatives who taken at-home DNA tests like 23andMe or Ancestry DNA. This technology turned cold cases into hot pursuits. DNA could connect the dots where traditional detective work fell short, identifying suspects who'd evaded capture for decades. It's been called the silent witness because it speaks when no one else can, providing irrefutable proof that can convict the guilty or free the innocent. For Jody Loomis's case, this scientific revolution was about to break the silence. For 47 years, Jody's case sat dormant, but the Snohomish County Sheriff's Department never gave up. Detectives in the cold case unit revisited the file again and again, hoping new technology could crack it. The turning point came in 2018, when they turned to genetic genealogy, a cutting-edge technique that had just helped catch the Golden State Killer. The DNA preserved on Jody A.'s body and boot, semen left by her killer, was sent to a lab for advanced analysis. This wasn't just a shot in the dark. It was a calculated move to breathe life into a case that had been silent for too long. The process was meticulous. Scientists uploaded the DNA profile to public genealogy databases like GEDmatch, searching for partial matches with people who'd submitted their DNA for ancestry testing. These matches pointed to distant relatives of the unknown suspect, allowing genealogists to build a family tree backward and forward through birth records, obituaries, and public databases. After months of painstaking work, the trail led to a name: Terrence Miller, a 78-year-old man living just 17 minutes from where Jody was killed. The tension was palpable. Could this be the breakthrough they'd waited decades for? To confirm the match, detectives went undercover. They followed Miller and collected a discarded coffee cup he'd used. When the DNA from the cup was tested, it was a perfect match to the semen from the crime scene. The silent witness had spoken, and it pointed directly to Miller. This discovery electrified the investigation. A case that had frustrated generations of detectives was suddenly alive again, with a suspect in their sights. But would it lead to justice? Armed with the DNA evidence, the Snohomish County Sheriff's Department moved quickly. In 2019, they arrested Terrence Miller and charged him with first-degree murder. The news sent shockwaves through the community. Miller wasn't a stranger. He had been living quietly in Edmonds, Washington for decades, a seemingly ordinary man with a dark secret. Records later revealed that Miller had been accused of sex crimes multiple times since the 1960s, though he had never been convicted. The DNA match was airtight, linking him undeniably to Jody's murder. For Jody's family, the arrest was a bittersweet moment. Her parents had passed away, never knowing who took their daughter's life, but her siblings and extended family were overwhelmed with relief. After more than 46 years of searching for her killer, we finally have some answers, Sheriff Ty Trenery said in a statement. The DNA evidence didn't just identify a suspect. It gave the Loomis family a chance to reclaim a piece of the peace stolen from them in 1972. They could finally begin to heal, knowing the man responsible had been found. Sadly, justice took an unexpected turn. Just hours before his trial, Terrence Miller took his own life, denying the family a full courtroom reckoning. While this robbed them of seeing him convicted in front of a judge, the DNA evidence ensured that the truth was known. Miller was Jody's killer. The case was officially closed, a testament to the persistence of law enforcement and the power of forensic science. While the closure brought some peace to Jody's family, the case highlighted a broader issue: the extraordinary role that DNA evidence continues to play in the criminal justice system. Advances in forensic science, like genetic genealogy, are revolutionizing investigations and opening new doors for solving cases that were once deemed unsolvable. DNA technology is rewriting the rules of justice, providing irrefutable proof when traditional methods have failed, and giving a voice to victims who can no longer speak. The story of Jody Loomis is not just about one tragic death. It's about the thousands of cold cases that are now being solved thanks to DNA. This breakthrough in genetic genealogy is allowing detectives to connect the dots and find answers where there were none. The same technology that helped catch Miller has been instrumental in solving numerous cold cases across the world, from long-forgotten murders to identifying victims who remained nameless for decades. In 2020, the murder of Rita Curran in Vermont was cracked using DNA from a cigarette butt, 52 years after the crime. In Sweden, a 2004 double murder was solved through genetic genealogy, identifying a suspect after 15 years. And of course, there's the case of the Golden State Killer, responsible for over 50 rapes and 13 murders. In 2018, law enforcement used the same techniques to track down and arrest Joseph James DeAngelo, who had evaded capture for decades. These breakthroughs show that no case is too old, no mystery too deep when science steps in. DNA is not just helping catch criminals, it's giving families long-awaited answers, often decades after their loved ones have been lost. The ability to use genetic information to trace family trees and find distant relatives of suspects has opened an entirely new chapter in criminal investigations. What once seemed like a tool for the future is now a key player in solving mysteries from the past. But DNA isn't just about catching criminals, it's also freeing the wrongfully convicted. Organizations like the Innocence Project use DNA evidence to overturn wrongful convictions, ensuring that justice is not only served for victims, but also for those who have been wrongly accused and imprisoned. It's a powerful reminder of how science can balance the scales of justice. As advancements in DNA analysis continue to push the boundaries of forensic science, we are seeing even more exciting possibilities. New techniques like touch DNA allow forensic experts to detect even the smallest traces of a suspect's presence, while AI-driven algorithms are making genealogy searches faster and more accurate. Forensic labs are also developing methods to extract usable DNA from evidence once thought too degraded to be of use. This opens the door for even more cold cases to be solved, providing hope for families still waiting for answers. In the future, DNA technology holds the potential to solve countless mysteries, from identifying unknown remains to solving long-forgotten crimes. It's a beacon of hope for families who have waited years, sometimes decades, for closure. The story of Jody Loomis reminds us that science can be a powerful force for justice, giving voice to the voiceless and ensuring that no mystery is too old to solve. In the years to come, we can expect to see more breakthroughs, more cases solved, and more families receiving the closure they deserve. DNA technology is not just a tool for law enforcement, it's a tool for justice, fairness, and truth. As science continues to evolve, who knows what other mysteries will be uncovered, what other long-forgotten cases will be brought back to life, and what other killers will finally be brought to justice. The story of Jody Loomis is just one chapter in a larger story of how DNA is changing the world of criminal justice. It's a story that continues to unfold, and one that will likely continue to inspire future generations of investigators and families who are still waiting for their own answers. As we look to the future, we can't help but wonder, what other cold cases are waiting for their moment to be solved? So let's keep the conversation going. Share your thoughts in the comments below. What other cold cases do you think could be solved with DNA technology? And if you have any other cases you'd like us to cover, let us know. Remember to subscribe and hit the bell for more true crime stories as we continue to dive deep into the mysteries that haunt us. Until then, stay curious, stay safe, and let's keep seeking justice together.